Today I'm talking about why consistency matters and how you can stay consistent in your business and marketing online, because this is hugely important, guys. We should not, I know you've heard me say it a million times over, and we should not take this lightly. We should not take this lightly. Interested in hearing some tips to stay more connected? Please tell me who's speaking. Tell me who's there, because I cannot see a name. And I don't have my phone next to me to look at the comments. I can only see the comment, but not the name. You need to give StreamYard permission to publish your name so that I can see it. Amazing. So why consistency matters. Hey, Louise. Hey, lovely to have you. Why consistency matters and how to stay consistent in your marketing and business. So there are a number of reasons why you should stay connected, okay? Stay connected, stay consistent, show up, whether that's daily, whether that's every alternate day, whatever it is. If you can show up daily, it doesn't need to be a full essay that you publish. It could be a quick video, it could be a story, it could be a quick post. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's written, sometimes it's a video. Okay, guys, choose what is comfortable for you. How you do it, the way you deliver it, just make sure that it's comfortable for you, it flows, and that people are listening. Okay, even though you think people are not listening, they will be listening. Remember that one. So you don't want to be that guy or that girl, that woman who only shows up to sell. Now, I have seen people do this, and I have had people come to me feeling like they feel yucky, they feel sleazy when they're doing their marketing, because it all becomes like a last minute panic before their program starts or their course, whatever, begins, and they're showing up to sell. Okay, so no wonder they feel like they're only selling, because that's exactly what they're only doing. Hey, Neha. So we want to show up and serve, okay? Not just go in for that last minute, I need a sale, join my program now. We want to be frequent with it. We want to add value. We want to give people opportunity. And I will get to that in a second. So the second one, and building on this, it's like that best friend who only shows up, who only comes to you when they need something, right? And we all know how that goes down. Eventually you start to lose faith. Okay, you lose trust in that person. Perhaps you don't value their relationship as much anymore, their friendship as much anymore. They lose a little bit of that credibility. And this is how your audience will see you. Perhaps not consciously, but subconsciously, if you are only showing up online, if you're only putting content out there only when you have something to sell, which, by the way, you should always have something to sell. But you want to make sure that you're adding value. You want to give people the opportunity to get to know you, to get to trust you and like you, so that through your message, you are helping them get closer to taking that step you need them to take, that belief that they need to have before they can actually jump onto your program or your course or whatever that may be. Okay, so stay consistent, show up in whatever form you feel, and stay consistent at it, and stay committed. At the end of the day, you are committed to creating this life and business that you deserve, that you want, that you so deeply desire. So stay committed to that. Make that a commitment for yourself. Number 3, keeping consistent also helps you to create momentum, okay? And when you're building momentum, you want to keep that going, because I know it. I've been there a million and one times. When you get off it, okay, 1 day will pass, fine. 2 days pass, 3 days pass, 1 week passes, 1 month passes. And then suddenly it becomes this big hurdle of, how do I come back online? And a lot of people drop off here. People drop out at this point because they feel like they can't do it anymore. Perhaps they feel like nothing was working anyway. No one gives a crap, blah, 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 blah. And all the narratives come back, okay? The imposter bitch, I call her, comes back. And that's where I see a lot of people fall off the scene, and give up on building that dream, that life, that business that they so desire. And for me, that's really failing to continue that pursuit, like to continue fulfilling your purpose of why you actually started this. Okay. And I don't like to use the word failure. It's a strong word, and I believe it comes with a lot of unnecessary. Commitment and consistency are both important. Yes, good point. How do we come back online? Great question. I'm gonna come back to that, Louise. So taking too much of those times off may get you down that path that it makes it harder to come back. So stay consistent, okay? By all means, take breaks. It is important. We need to care for ourselves. We need space. We need space and time to reflect, also to reflect on what we're doing, to reflect and observe what we have been doing, what's working, what am I enjoying, what am I not so much enjoying. Okay, so we need that time as well. But I just want you to know that your audience, if you're not showing up for them frequently, they're gonna follow other people. Which takes me to the next point, the famous algorithm that some of us may understand, some of us may not understand. I think we all have heard that Facebook and social media platforms work on an algorithm. And what this means is that the platform itself starts showing your content to specific people based on what they think would be interesting for them or not, right? So social media platforms like consistency. They want you to be engaged. They want you to socialize. Social media, get it? Socialize, engage, interact, create conversation, initiate conversation, ask questions. They want more of this. So instead of trying to work against social media, okay, if you're going to pop on once every blue moon randomly, haphazardly, then you're not helping yourself work with the algorithm. So instead of trying to work against it and always fighting and complaining about the algorithm, why not try work with it and give it what it needs, give it what it wants, so that you can get your message out there to certain people. Okay, and once you have engaged with certain people and people are commenting or interacting with your post, Facebook will say, "Oh, this was interesting. I'll show it to more people who are interested or who have similarities to look at that post." And you can see from one of my not so recent posts, but it was a shotgun, a hand raiser post, where you could literally see how this algorithm works. So it was shown to, like, let's say 10 people, right? And they engaged with it. And I slowly, one by one, commented and replied back to them. And then it showed it to another group of people, and another 5 to 10 people commented and engaged with that post. And I replied slowly to each one of them over the day or within those 24 hours. And then another group came in. It was really interesting to watch. It was a perfect demonstration of how that algorithm works. So you don't want to show up only when you sell. You don't want to be that friend who only shows up when they need something from you, right? So credibility, building credibility and adding value, giving people reason to follow you and trust you. And finally, building momentum. And by having that momentum here, mindset is key, okay? The way your commitment, as Nia said, commitment and consistency are so both important. That's very correct. And finally, the algorithm. Work with it, not against it. What does it need? What do I need to get my message out there in front of people? And finally, by doing that, you're staying on top of people's minds, okay? So it's all about trusting in that process, trusting in the fact that every action you take, every time you show up, you are planting the seeds, whether it's to one person, 10 people, 100 people, or 1,000, I don't care. That same action is planting the seeds every single day. So whether they come for your services, they approach you for themselves, or maybe they get into conversation with someone and they remember that they would have just heard something from you, and they say, "Ooh, Neha is a great person to talk about with that. Louise can help you with that. I've just heard her say something similar. I think you guys will click." Who knows? Trust in that possibility. Okay, so how do I stay consistent? It's hard. I don't have time. I waste so much time on social media. I don't have patience for this algorithm stuff, blah, 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 blah. I hear you. You're not special. I often have the same narratives. So, number one, allocate purposeful social media time. What do I mean by this? Literally, time block. If you find yourself scrolling aimlessly, okay, doing the aimless scroll, this is important. Purposeful time block for social media. For example, a recommendation which you don't have to take. You don't. It's not a rule. It's my own personal recommendation. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes in the evening. And decide what those 30 minutes are going to be made up of. Social media normally blocks my productivity. Exactly. So if it's blocking your productivity, it means you're using it for entertainment to fill up time when you could be spending time doing something more productive. So if you're going to be on social media, decide from before what that 30 minutes or what that 1 hour or what that 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you decide is going to be about. So for example, I am coming live today at 5 p.m. My time, whatever time it is for you, to go live to talk about this topic. Okay, I'm going to have a conversation. I want to spend 5 minutes before that checking if I have any unread messages, if I need to reply to them, and whatever it is that I need to check. I'm going to do that within this time. Stay disciplined. Stay purposeful. Okay, exactly. Planning is the key. Yes, definitely. Planning. What are you going to say? Why are you going to say it? Where are you going to say it? Stay disciplined. Avoid watching others, guys. This takes you down the rabbit hole of comparison. This takes you down the rabbit hole of, oh, let me see what the other one is up to and looking into their lifestyle, blah, 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 blah. This is part of the addiction of social media, and we all know it. I'm not going to deny it. It's there. I've had it. I've been through it. I do find myself wasting time just looking at stuff, okay, scrolling. So stop the scroll, catch yourself out, stop the scroll, say, what were these 30 minutes? What was this time allocated for? Go and do it. Whether it's to have a conversation with someone, whether it's to initiate a conversation, whether it's to post a piece of content, whether it's to consume a piece of content, get specific with what you're doing with your time on social media, okay? Get purposeful. Second, your power hour. This is perfect for content creation, guys. If your power hour is first thing in the morning, or if your power hour is late at night or in the middle of the day, whatever that may be for you, use that time for creative alert. Like it's your most creative, alert, and productive hour. So use this to create content. Use this to outline the content. I think it's Louise who said planning is the key. So plan that out. Okay, outline your content. Use that time productively in your creative hour. Okay, whether this be 15 minutes a day, whether this be 1 hour a day, whether this be 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week, I don't care. It's up to you. Okay, at the end of the day. If I have a note. I just had a brain freeze, blank moment. So I need to look at my notes. I apologize for that pause. So yeah, decide when that time is. Create your content in advance, at least the titles, the outline. Okay, just make points. And on that day, you can go, you visit, and you say, okay, I'm gonna flesh this out, talk about this, that, and the other. And then whether it's a live, a written post, or whatever, just go and do it. Okay, and if you want, you need to make sure that you work more efficiently. Okay, you want to have the right framework, the right planning, or whatever it is. Like, make sure that your content is strategic, to make sure that your content is actually delivering the message, reaching the right people, and it has a purpose behind it. Okay, purposeful content creation. Make sure that whatever you're communicating is actually adding value or sharing a bit about you that enhances your credibility, or a result or a training, whatever it is. Okay, for those of you who are following the Embody Marketing with Ease program, or who have worked with me privately, know that we have this content creation strategy matrix, grid, whatever you want to call it, that really takes your client on that journey through your content. So be strategic with it. Dedicate that time for content creation during your power hour, your golden hour, whatever it is you want to call it. And To build on that, number 3 is content planning. Okay, as above, as I said before. Outline your content, especially if you're running up to a launch. Okay, if you're about to launch a program, you're about to launch something special, really guide your clients there, really your audience towards that. Okay, you want to be talking about the journey, the issues that they're facing, the desires, and then bring in who you are, where you stand, what's your position, bring in your solution, why does that matter, your testimonials, whatever content that may be. Okay, just make an outline so you know exactly what to say, because life will get in the way, and there are going to be times like today. I was watering my plants and I go, oh crap, it's almost 5 o'clock. I came on, but my content was ready. My points were ready. So I can just come and show up. Okay, I don't need to spend an hour before going, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? It's stressful and it's uncalled for. You don't need that. So just a tip on this, on content creation, I can suggest for you, list down all the topics, or list down the main topics that you're expert in, the main areas that you teach, guide, coach, mentor, whatever it is. From each one, extract some subtopics, okay, that you can talk about, that relates to your offer, relates to your service, relates to whatever it is that you are promoting, selling, and map it out along that client journey, from moving your audience from cold connections to warm leads who are ready to take that next step with you. Okay, so what is that journey that they need to take? Okay, don't be afraid to repeat the same message. How many times have I spoken about consistency? I don't even know. I can't even count. But I will not stop saying it, because I know how important it is. And we need to hear the same message dozens of times. So I am going to deliver it. I am going to mention it. I am going to slip it in many ways, in many forms, in various deliveries of my content, because I think it's very important. So you will hear me say it a lot of times. Your audience need that idea to really settle in and sink in before they can actually take action with it. One more tip on content planning is don't over automate, don't over schedule stuff. Okay. First of all, on your profile, and I highly recommend you using your profile. Highly recommend you use your profile, not your page, unless you intend on soon monetizing that. It doesn't mean you don't use it. There's a strategy for that, and you should use it. But for your profile, if you're doing things organically, that works too. So you can't really schedule on that. So you want to do things as organically as possible. Plus, if you want to work with the algorithm and not against the algorithm, let's not test its limits. Okay, if you're over automating stuff, Facebook are not going to give you that reach that post could get. Okay, so let's work with them. Let's be organic. Let's make it in the moment. I totally agree with planning, outlining, planning. But let your authentic self, or whatever's coming up for you at that moment, share that, and share that in that. That's the time that you want to share, and let it be it. Neha, block time for social media. Be purposeful when you're on social media. No mindless scrolling. Power hour for content creation, content planning, outline for your program. Guide your audience to lead them. Share your journey. Take them through that journey. Thank you very much for putting in the summary so well, spot on. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, for the summary, please refer to the comment by Neha. And yeah, if there are any questions, I do take questions. I don't take complaints here on my lives. I just would like to announce that I am offering an opportunity to work together one-to-one at a really amazing, affordable price. The way it's going to work is over 2, 3, 4 hours, hopefully not more. We will have only 5 people within a group. Okay, so this will be one-to-one hot seat style. So for example, first we'll start with Nia. We'll go through what is the most pressing need right now. Okay, what are you working on? What do you want to work on? Maybe you want to help. You need help to craft an offer, or to craft a message, or to strategize your marketing efforts, or to streamline your sales process. Whatever that may be, we'll work on it, and then move on to Louise, for example. Louise maybe she needs help in her message. She wants to craft an offer. blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're going one by one, and I'm only taking 5 people. It's a group of 5 people. This is going to run down on the 7th of April. I'm super excited about it. In brackets, the date might change the 8th of April. I am just confirming a few things, but it's 7th or 8th of April, and it will run more or less in the lunchtime hour of Europe, which is my 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And yeah, it's only 111 euros, which is for me a steal. My strategy sessions for 90-minute one-to-ones, they start at 300 to 400 euros depending on the package. So I think that this is a real great opportunity for us to work together. And if that is interesting, if you want to continue in that way, it's totally up to you. It's not obligatory. You can upgrade into aligned activation. I will be presenting an offer for you if you come through the power session that we're hosting on the 7th. You can then upgrade into aligned activation, and aligned activation will have me daily access for 4 weeks. Hey, Florian, good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Lovely to have you here. So yeah, that's what's coming up, and I'm super excited because that means I get to work with more of you together. And I understand. Private coaching is expensive. It's a big commitment in terms of time, energy, finances. I totally understand it. So I want to give this opportunity to you guys so that we can still work together. I don't want you stuck. I want to see you moving. The members of this group, all of you, you have been so amazing. I have seen some of you take massive actions, and I want to bring the best out of you. I really want you to succeed. So that is my mission. And yeah, if you want to hop onto that, you just message me. Simples. No fancy funnels, no blah, blah, blah. You just send me a message. It all comes down to a conversation between 2 people. So that's it for me. And I wish you a beautiful evening here from Kathmandu, a beautiful afternoon, a beautiful morning, wherever that finds you. May you be blessed.